Point. Perfect.
Getting right to the point, like we were saying, welcome back to Live Reality Games. We're glad to be back up and running in all of our comfortable places. We're back on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course, streaming on Twitch. Kind of a new area for us. So thank you for watching wherever you are watching. We are joined with a special winner recap. We are joined with the winner of the Take Ovah 2 Birthday Bash. And also some members of the cast, and of course our production specialist Neville. Neville, how you doing tonight?
I am doing just peachy.
Okay, so we of course sat down and we did a draft before the whole game started. We are joined with the winner, of course, here tonight on camera with us, D. D, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm feeling good. How about y'all?
Doing great. You're representing Team D, not Team Destiny. We can forget about Team Destiny. No, we love Destiny by default. But you were a part of my team. So thank you for pulling out another win for me. So
I don't know how you do it. I just don't know how you keep doing it.
I don't know. We'll find out soon what powers my contestants have.
It's good
Neville,
intuition.
looking at the cast, like you knew who was going into this game.
Yeah.
You said one team was a little bit stacked. Were you talking about my team?
I was not talking about your team.
What?
I was not. I was actually talking about Destiny's team. I thought Destiny's team was a little stacked going into it. It was between Dustyn and Bossy's, but I definitely saw some potential in Destiny's team going into it.
Well, we're not talking with most of Destiny's team tonight. We do have some cast members here and whatnot. Let's start with the winner themselves, though. D, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
I see everyone in the backstage clapping as well. So you got some fans in the audience too that may have or may not voted for you in the end. So we'll find out exactly how that went down. But take us back. How did you get roped up into this like big party thing? Like, how do you know either like the guest of honor or just the production company in general?
Well, actually, the guest of honor was Matthew, and Matthew is actually my uncle. My dad and him are brothers. My dad is the oldest, and Matthew is the youngest. And he was the one that actually invited me into this back in November. So that's how I got the invite.
Now, thinking of the invite, were you all for it at first? Like, yeah, as a party, or were you more like hesitant to like get involved?
Well, honestly, because it was my Uncle Matthew, as soon as I read it and he was like, I want you to come, I was like, yes, I'm coming. And then afterwards, I was like, oh my God, I got to go back and read this again and see what I got myself into. But when I first initially got it, I was excited. I was ready.
Now, Matthew has a huge fan base with all these live games that he has participated in. Neville, take us back. When did you first meet Matthew?
Woo! I met Matthew years and years ago when I was in college. I met Matthew. Just popped up at my house after my friends went out to the club, and we've been inseparable ever since. So we're at, I don't even know if I can count the years. We're at a long ass time. That's what I do know. And Matt wasn't even really into reality TV or even into the orgs and the live games and things like that. And I just nerd out about it all the time. So he developed interest in it, and now he's full blown into it. And this season meant so much to me because Matt has been with me since I launched on Jacket Productions and has been, in charge of casting. And so to see him play Take Ovah season 1 for the first time, because, he doesn't get an opportunity to play my things, to see him play and get second place. And then for me to be able to turn around and, do this and for us to work on this game together. It was a really good story arc. So, and then for his nephew to win, it was like, you can't write this shit.
Right.
Some people are in the comments here doing some shout outs for you. So hashtag right there. Congratulations.
Yes, how do you pronounce her name?
Katrina.
Miss Katrina was a die-hard.
You call her Cat, though.
Cat.
Kat, all right.
Shout out to Kat because she was a diehard fan the entire time, always rooting on D. And it's so good to see that support from new viewers. So definitely, thank you, Kat, for all your support. It definitely
she's watching right now, and I think she's tagging all of her friends too to come check this out. So we'll make sure to get them involved here too. So, D, what was your biggest takeaway besides taking the crown on this season? Like, what did you get from this event of a live reality game?
Oh, always watch my back and always be careful. Always be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Watch. Keep your eyes open. And I learned that very fast. Very fast. That was kind of like my plan anyway, because I'm, like I told him before, I'm kind of like a reserved person. But it worked for me this time because, sit back and keep your eyes open, and you'll see a lot. You may not hear it.
It definitely worked out.
He definitely was a watcher. I mean, I've never seen someone really perfect that as a strategy before. And it was so interesting to watch him watch. Destiny had to pull me, in the production room at one point. I think it was like day one. And she was like, him. Watch him.
I picked him right away. So
well, you did. You
missed the third time, okay? I was going off a picture too, and I knew right away.
Thank you.
Another winner in the comments too. Mary Beth is here. Honestly, looks like she's been on your team too. So congratulations.
Thank you,
fantastic
Mary.
Little winner circle for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kat too says that she loved it. So
we actually have another winner, a previous Mayhem winner who also played Take Ovah 2. We have him here with us. Hey, DeAndre!
What's up?
Everybody doing?
And another finalist in another game, and also on my team. So, DeAndre, I'm so glad to have you here tonight. In addition to the winner, what was this experience like for you in general?
It was an interesting experience. It was.
DeAndre is the villain of the season.
I am definitely. Although, to be honest, I knew production was going to paint me like that. There was really the editing. Because I was betrayed. Kirk was the villain of the season, and y'all let him slide on that.
You're not gonna be my friend like that.
And Kirk was definitely the villain of the season. I mean, you call him your friend. He only wanted you in the top 2 because he thought he would beat you.
Well,
it definitely got nice and spicy at the end there with DeAndre and Kirk. And again, it was funny watching Daron. Me hosting the reunion, I literally go in order. Daron never spoke out of turn. He never chimed in on anybody else's thing. He just always stayed reserved until his time to talk. And I think that's what really hurt Kirk, because Kirk went into the finale as the winner. And DeAndre did everything in his power to, expose his game. And it made a lot of people, go, wait, he did that to me?
Bitch don't go down without a fight. I told people because I wasn't really talking to anybody after the elimination up until the finale. I didn't really talk to anybody. And I told somebody, I think I told David, I was like, I'm just quiet. I'm waiting until I gather my thoughts and I know what I want to say. Because I knew it wasn't something that I was going to hold against Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Forever. But I'm like, okay, I'm about to get this shit out. And I didn't say anything. So I was quiet until I knew exactly what I wanted to say. And I woke up about 10 minutes before that reunion and threw something on.
And I was in the production room, just finishing up my questions, just giving everybody time to get there. And all of a sudden I hear all this hollering and screaming, and I run out the back door with my camera up, like, wait, and the whole production team was already out there filming everything moments before the reunion. And I'm like, all right, tell them to save it for the reunion.
At that point, I was channeling New York.
Yes, it definitely gave very Tiffany Pollard.
Very much.
Now, of course, we had
It was
an
a
all-star cast on this too, but we also had an all-star production. Neville, there are some people you want to thank for helping out from this season?
Yes, 1,000%. This team that came and did Take Over 2 was chef's kiss. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Nicholas. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Matt, of course. Shout out to Shamel. Shout out to even Mary Beth, who popped in and really helped us out at the last minute. Shout out to David, who after his second elimination, he was honorary production. It was so amazing. And even, all the special guests that came in and helped judge. It's a lot of people who do things behind the scenes to help make this thing happen. And just, thank you so much.
And helping make this thing happen to the Patreon, all the fans watching too. We have a little you can go on there and support and watch for the next season and everything like that, right?
Yes. Please go ahead and sign up for Patreon. You can still watch all the lives from Takeover 1 and 2. You also have access to all the lives from Mayhem. What we like to do is, for the first day, we'll, give everybody access to it. But then after that, you got to pay to watch. But it was definitely.
You want to keep watching. Once you start, you can't stop. There's so much good content. So
you cannot stop. I mean, I'm there and I'm like, oh my God, this is so much. And I've went back. I watched half of the stuff. I still have another half to watch, but I even had to take a break. So much.
Yeah, me too.
It's so interesting. Even going there and experiencing it, you see so much more in the lives too. You see so much more conversations you missed or something else happening too. Some more shout outs from the audience here. Congratulations from Dante.
Yes, Porcelain.
On Jermaine as well. So
yes. Oh, who's Jermaine? Jeremiah? Is that Jeremiah? Oh no, that's Jay. That's Jay. Okay.
Jay.
That's Jay. Okay. Yes.
Oh, Jay was on my team too. So hey Jay, yay. This is all my team back again. But then we're also joined with some other contestants too from this season. Let's get a little bit of their reactions from the show. Korian and Laurel joined us too. It's a surprise. We're a little late for the party, but it's okay.
Hey y'all.
Buenos dias.
Hey everyone.
So of course the elephant in the room, Laurel winning the girl group challenge. Just give it up for Laurel.
Thank you. You understand that was the one challenge I wanted to participate and went in, and I came in with gags. I came in with props because I didn't know, because I was prepared from the first season, so I had a suitcase full of just things I wanted to do.
Well, you did it. And DeAndre, I heard after the fact that you all thought that you guys, had did the best. And then y'all had thought that y'all did the best because y'all didn't get to see everyone's. And I was with David.
Everybody goes for the comedy, right? That gets the campy thing. But I'm sorry. The rules were create a girl group. I looked at everybody up them stairs, and it was only one girl group, and we was wearing pink. That's all.
Okay.
I'm
They was hitting those 8 counts. We were seeing them do their little practices. I was like, oh, not the 8 counts. Humiliating in the football stands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I said, that's what we doing.
It was a few 7 counts. That was the problem.
They started our music at the wrong spot.
No, bitch. Ain't no that. That was me.
4 8
that was
counts to get into.
Nope. I started exactly where you told me to start it. Y'all were very ambitious.
Okay.
Y'all had a lot of choreography.
Yeah.
I think y'all got second though. I think y'all got second.
We did get second.
Yeah, y'all got second. So and y'all looked the best. Styling, but
we were girl group.
Yeah.
I just knew.
It's no joke too.
Judges...
Even the viewer at home too, Kat chimes in, and they were serious. So
they were dead serious.
I had on a fishnet bodysuit and a plaid skirt.
I love that challenge. First season we did the drag makeover challenge, and this season we were just like, what can we do? We can't do the same thing. What can we do that gives that same type of feel? We still want to surprise everyone, but season 1 people are already like, the beginning of day 2 is probably going to be something. So when we came on the girl group thing, I was just like, okay, thank God. And then to see it, I mean, it was just so good. Daron, I think your group went first, right?
I was glad we went first too.
I wanted to go first.
And Korian, you went last.
Child, save the best for last.
Ooh, is that what happened, baby?
It's really
Yours was so hard to watch, and literally everybody was watching it.
hard.
First of all, it was a time trying to get that together. Best believe it was definitely like, oh my gosh, we just knew we were just going to have fun with it. We were just like, you know what? After seeing DeAndre and his and Danny DeCane doing whatever they was doing in the living room, I was just like, hell.
Okay, we can talk about that challenge all day long.
Josh is also here too. So hey, Josh, welcome.
Hey,
back.
Josh. Our first group of the season. We love Josh.
Jess gave me a workout day too, but we'll get into that. Child.
What do you mean he gave you a workout?
Oh, we was on that tug of war together, and on day 3, my bad, my poor arms was just not here for it. I was like, they are not playing.
Yes, that tug of war was the second tug of war. Yeah, when the Chosen Family tug of war was prime television.
Thank God I was right. I was praying it wasn't going to come down to Korian and Josh.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm in this.
Ye of little faith. I think I would have pulled out a win, maybe.
I said, I think you could, but I don't want to take that chance.
Speaking of challenges, you folks kind of threw everyone for a curve doing like a field trip on the first challenge. I have just a little bit of the running around queued up, and I'll flip around to see.
A field trip? Is that what we're calling it?
Well, you all ran over to like Target, wasn't it?
All these black men going to Target, like bum rushing Target at 10 a.m.
So this lady was supposed to let me take her groceries out of her car.
Did you?
All the way to the parking lot, and she gonna act like first of all she don't speak Spanish. I mean that she don't speak English, and then she gonna say, "Oh, I forgot where I parked."
Shade D. No, so a little behind the scenes, T. Mm-hmm. The first challenge was actually supposed to be a scavenger hunt in the neighborhood. We had planned it for months ahead. When we went down, we actually drove, because we're not in those houses when we first get down there. So we actually drove to the houses and drove around the neighborhood, started figuring out what was going to be on the scavenger hunt. And then I said, that Target seemed real close, Matt. So I put it in the GPS. It's a 13-minute walk. And I was like, that we have to, like, when are we ever going to get a chance where we have 2 vacation homes and a 13-minute walk from a Target? We have to take advantage of this. So we went up in Target and we spent like an hour just walking through Target, picking out random stuff. And that's how you got that challenge.
Those people were looking like we were on The Amazing Race. They were just in awe. They were smiling. I was like, Lord Jesus.
They were actually, some people were filming us.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's why we also sent Casey and Destiny ahead of you guys, just to kind of be a little buffer. Before they saw 20 black before they saw 20 black people run up in the store and think it was a what they call a flash mob or a rush mob.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely kind of was the flash mob. Like, I see you folks like talking to like the employees, like, "Where's this thing? Where's that thing?" So that's exciting. That's the part that you start ending up passing out business cards to the people that are starting to film you. They're like, oh, you can come to the next party. So,
but nobody got any points. I mean, like literally, it was the worst challenge because
so terrible.
DeAndre walked up to his team. I'll never forget how the game started. DeAndre goes to his team and he says, "So, you know, this is a hard position for me to be in. I think the best thing that we should do is everybody needs to show their phones, and I need to see what everybody said."
Okay.
You do. It was pathetic.
It was so sad. It was.
You
so
had to
sad.
see it to believe it.
Okay, I see you sent a lot of stuff, but none of those could be points.
Okay.
Really, with Josh, it was like you said one thing. Like I get, at least people were trying. They were sending the wrong shit, but they were sending about 20 of the wrong shit. Like,
that was the best thing for me because I was like, I am not on the chopping block. I was like, perfect. We're going.
Okay.
I was like, I said, this is what I said.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. And
Darren,
Team Party thought I was with them. I was like,
Darren, you were on the winning team, right? For that one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were on the winning team. Okay.
Yeah.
There is great footage.
For that one.
Say what?
Did Darren get any points for the first one?
Yeah.
You know, I can look.
Look it up.
Not the
Look
receipts.
it up.
Not the receipts,
I
though.
can
Look
look.
it up.
And let us know
Let's
who got
see.
for team play because we don't even know that little 6 points that we got. I need to see who contributed. Make sure we got the
Baby.
right people in there.
Y'all, no. DeAndre made good picks with his nominations because Marlon
Okay.
was a 0. I do remember that. And Jesh, I can't remember if Jesh is one of the people who got a point. But Darren sent in, I don't know if you can see it.
Not really.
This is Darren's chat, baby, for his challenge. He was
Oh.
sending
Job. That looks like something.
Yeah.
Oh,
No shade.
No shade.
No shade.
must be nice.
And the funny
Yeah,
part
right.
was that there was a point.
I was wondering because most people on my team really didn't get points. I was wondering like who got the points.
A lot of people were sending in videos, and the videos was a ×2 to your total score. But I even said to everyone, which is something I wasn't even going to say, I said you cannot times 0 by 2. Like 0 times 2 is 0. And some people still went and did all the videos and didn't do any pictures. So it was like, oh, 0, 0, 0. But it was still an amazing first challenge.
Now, after the first challenge, of course, brings us to the first elimination. Like, we are here. Let's relive the vote count here just for a minute.
Woo!
Shooketh. Shooketh.
Yeah. Jess, you have been the first person eliminated.
Now it is 7-6 on
The
that
game
first vote
started.
after like votes
The
were
game
canceled and
fucking
whatnot.
started.
Like, Neville, how was that for a start for the game?
It threw me off because, you know, I'm not in there taking the votes. I'm not, you know, so I don't get to see any of that. So I know about 2 seconds before, you know, the cast does. And I just like to keep it that way because that way I'm, you know, doing it naturally. I'm not automatically looking at somebody because I'll do that all the time. So I just look at the thing and I read it and I say, whoa, Nelly. How did that happen? And Darren had the first power. And he's the one who blocked Korian's vote, I think Dresden's vote, and somebody else's vote. And he's the one who caused it to be that way. Because if he didn't block those votes, it would have been Marlon leaving.
Wow. Darren, did you know that? Did you know how the votes were going to go? Or was it kind of, okay.
It was
Kirk
like
said,
off the rip.
Kirk said that he told you to block those 3.
Right. Who? Yeah, Kirk definitely said he told you.
Kirk, hold up now. Kirk.
No,
Kirk.
I remember Kirk saying
when I went to Kirk, I asked Kirk, I was like, Kirk, I got this power. I don't know what to do with it. He gave me names. I didn't know who they were and what room they were in. I was like, who would I and what room they in? Who was he? He didn't tell me that. He just said, do this, do this, do this, do this. So that's what I did. I didn't know who they were. So it wasn't no strategic thing on my end. I was asking names the whole time I was there. I was like, well, I couldn't remember nobody's name. Knew your face.
So Kirk is
the
the
But Neville,
because I'm confused. Because what did you ask, Neville?
What I asked what?
About picking the names.
Oh, what did I ask? I asked. Oh, just now or at the reunion?
Just now.
Just now. Oh, I asked. Shit. What did I ask, child? Oh, I said, did you know that you were picking like those names to block those specific votes? Like, did he know that's what was going to happen if you blocked those 3 votes? That's pretty much what the question was given. But now I'm finding out that Kurt knew.
I didn't know that.
I knew Kurt. Yeah, I knew.
Kurt knew,
Well,
and just said you those names. Yeah. And it was.
I didn't know who it was.
Yeah. It definitely was targeted.
Side,
like,
okay, it definitely
you
was.
Were blocked. Like,
okay,
instantly.
So I was like, somebody is paying attention. I'm like, somebody's paying attention too hard. No, good and well. That's my clique. So I was
obvious. Y'all stayed in a room together.
After that vote, after that elimination, I walked past. I think it was what's the big guy? The real big guy.
Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon. It was Marlon, and Marlon was like, "It got to be strategic because they picked this one, they picked this one, they picked this one." And after that, I went to Kurt, and I was like, "Kurt, they think it was strategic, but I didn't know who I was picking." And later on, I went, and I honestly went even later on. I told Marlon, I was like, "Marlon, I had that vote, and I didn't know it was you. I just knew, to pick those names. I didn't know who was who."
Lord Jesus. Sometimes it pays to not really know what you're doing.
Okay.
Never
listening to Kirk.
Never knows. I asked whose name was who all weekend, and Neville would not answer me. I was like, I can't remember his name. Neville looked at me. He was like,
"Oh, Kirk giving you names. You didn't think that was strategic?"
Yeah, Kurt was playing.
I mean,
okay.
it was, hold on.
I'm not just gonna sit here and think Daron was just a fool. Like you knew.
I'm not a fool. Hold on, listen though.
I know that's what I'm
saying because it was so quick. I didn't think it was
you didn't have
because
to
it was
use
so
the
off
power.
the rip when I asked him. Yes, I did.
No, yes. This is the powers you could not save. The powers were activated as soon as that round came. So it wasn't like he could have saved those vote blocks. I will make that clear. Yeah,
because
he had to block 3 votes,
and he said no.
Yeah, and I think at first you picked somebody that you couldn't pick or something like that because I was like, I need the
right, and then I had to pick another name off the head because one nobody around me, so I had to just pick a name.
Well, it definitely changed the entire game. Like the whole game would have been different if Marlon went first and Jeff stayed in.
Yeah,
the entire game would have been different.
Definitely.
So let's just go around the circle here. What was your favorite challenge? D, let's start with you. What was your favorite challenge?
Oh, I guess my favorite challenge would have been the target one because I like scavenger hunts and stuff like that. And the only thing is just I ain't ran like that in so long.
Okay.
But other than that, I had a ball doing the target one.
It was fun.
Yeah.
DeAndre?
My favorite one would be the Scrabble. The Scrabble in the pool.
In the pool, alphabet soup. I really like that.
Yeah.
I love being out of the pool, orchestrating, directing.
Right. Not in it.
No, that's a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Korian?
And I know Neville is gonna be surprised, but it'll probably have to be the puzzle challenge that we ended up doing.
You bitch.
With the buzzer. That was I legit like low-key hated it, but I loved it because it was like it was like nerving. It was like nerve-wracking. It was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, what is going on?
You had one job and you did it well.
One job. No shade. It came down to the buzzer, and that I blame that challenge for getting drunk because me and Dustyn were just sitting there, just talking to Porcelain and Korian, and just one truly after another. After that challenge, I said, "Oh shit, we still got more shit to do."
At one point, Porcelain hand wasn't even moving. I'm sitting outside watching him. I'm like, Porcelain, you are not even touching the thing. He said, "Wait, that's not aim. I'm doing like that." No, you're not moving.
It was hilarious. Every single time, I'm like, especially when the first time when he got the last person off, and I'm thinking in my head, don't bring somebody back, take everybody off their puzzle, and he did it, and I was like, oh, they are pissed.
They are done.
I legit kept seeing Kirk's face like from outside the patio.
And then the whole time, their other member was like sleep outside. And it was just a mess. It was just a mess.
He said he thought he was eliminated already.
If only all prayers were answered.
Whose prayers?
Mine, bitch.
Not ours.
We need to meet you on our team. He wasn't on our team, but he was on the payroll though, so we could care less.
I guess that leaves Laurel. Laurel, what was your favorite challenge?
I actually did love the Target challenge. I think that was so innovative, and like I could jog a little, so I felt really good jogging past people coming back. I was like, "Y'all lazy. Let me just get back to the house."
I didn't think you were going to pick that one as your favorite. I'm glad that is, people's favorite, because that was one that literally, we developed while in Florida. So and I didn't get to see it. So I was happy to, be able to look back at the tapes and see y'all up in Target harassing people. It was a good time.
Watching too. I really liked just even watching it, them run around and just to see people's reactions, and then see some people really go at it, and then some people not go at it. So
it took nerve. It definitely took nerve.
Now, the same question goes to the next person that is in the backstage. So we're going to bring him on right now. So question goes to Dustyn.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess since we're just talking about challenges right now, Dustyn, what was your favorite challenge?
All right. I think it would have to be between like the two that I won, of course, but I honestly think like the mental one was one of my favorites, like the one where we had to watch the video of Matthew being Matthew, his fabulous self, and having to answer the questions. It just like Big Brother is one of my all-time favorite shows, and that was probably the closest that I've ever like been to like competing in like a Big Brother related comp. And so it just like made me feel like really good to be able to compete in something like that and win it, of course. So yes.
And speaking of you competing in this game, and honestly, all the games you played so far, Dustyn, how is this experience different than, say, like your experience in like Survivor New York, or like your time coming up in Pennsylvania, which you can see pretty soon?
Shout out.
I mean, it's definitely different than like my Survivor games, being that we get to eat a little bit more and I get to sleep in a bed. But but I enjoy like doing like these games that like Neville hosts, just because like there's like diversity involved. I get to compete with people that are just like me, and he makes it fun for everyone, even like whether you're first boot or you're the winner. I feel like everyone makes the most out of this experience just because of how the production is conducted.
Yay. Thank you, Dustyn. Appreciate it.
Claps.
But yeah, it's a fucking party. Shit.
It really is. It really is. Because I mean, piggyback off of like,
whenever I played Survivor, I didn't get to just drink like right away. Like as soon as like I was eliminated from this game, I popped me no, we went to Target.
We did.
One, and I enjoyed the rest of my night. And I enjoyed the next day too.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, piggyback off of what Dustyn said, he like just having like Neville just like bring all of us like together, and just having like 19 other people who look like me competing in like, a reality based game is truly amazing. It was nice to just be able to like sit back and just be like, this is nice, just seeing everybody from all kinds of walks of life, even though, we were the same basically, but, colored and part of that gang, it was legit just so nice and so wonderful to be able to just experience that. So kudos to Neville.
Thank you guys. I mean, the pleasure of being able to bring people from all over the country who you might think we have so much in common, but we really don't. And we get there and we get to learn from each other and get to experience different things. Like I love, the ball that we had that had nothing to do with the game. That was such a fun night. Just watching, to take a page out of Daron's book, just to sit there and watch sometimes. You know, it was just like, this is really tight. This is really, really tight.
Yeah, anything that Neville, of course, and Aunt Jackie's productions that you put on, like it's something that we all strive as live game hosts to get that. And so like you are who we look for to like put ourselves up to that stature that we can try to do it as well as you can. So we're all getting there. We're getting there. But you know, you take the crown for sure.
Thank you. That means I gotta go grab another one while y'all catch up. I gotta
well, you have your next contestant also in the audience here. Looks like Chanel maybe wants to play another game. So Neville, what do you have coming up in your realm of games here?
Yes, so we actually have a lot going on. I'm so excited. So the next thing coming up is going to be Take Ovah 3. We are doing Take Ovah 3 in July. Dates are coming soon. The winner from season 1, Nelly, and the winner of season 2, Daron, both have birthdays in July. So we're going to fast track the next season for July. Following that, we have, of course, Mayhem in first week of October. Next year, we're launching 2 new series. We will, in addition to doing Mayhem and Takeovers. Oh, sorry, Takeover 4 will be in November. And then next year, we're launching 2 new series. One is yet to be titled, but we are launching a Bachelor/Bachelorette type theme event. And our first guest of honor is actually going to be Casey. She's allowing Aunt Jack Productions to do her joint Bachelor/Bachelorette party, and we're doing it in the style of a live game. So everyone will be coming down to Claremont on an estate, and we're going to do it up big for her Bachelor/Bachelorette party. And that'll be a start of a new series to do that for all newlyweds. And then we have the Take Ovah phenomenon is finally coming next year. And that will be the all-female version of the Take Ovah. So we are super excited about that. We're building the team. We want to make sure that we have some ladies on the team to, you know, represent them not only in the cast, but also behind the scenes as well. So we are building up our team for all-female edition. And I'm looking forward to that as well next year. So ladies, if you're out there, slide in my DMs.
I see. I don't know the audience, of course. I'm gonna guess Chanel here.
Yes, I will be sliding your inbox. Yes, and the cat. I need to see Miss Cat. Okay.
Chanel is also one of my friends, y'all.
Oh, okay. DeAndre, I think you're muted, baby.
I was muted. Yeah, I was definitely concurring with you about Cat. She gonna need to come up out them comments and play.
Oh, trust me, she'll play now.
I want to see this.
Yeah, me too.
Now, like we talk about, like this game and all these games are a great time. I just want to look at this picture here that we have. Dustyn, you're kind of in the middle of everyone here. So what's
this picture?
What's kind of going on in this picture, Dustyn?
Everything. I think we were just all like I don't know. We were just enjoying the moment. Somebody probably said something funny, and I think it might have came out of my mouth because I'm the one being pointed at. But
I feel like this is during the judges walkthrough.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And they were asking us too many questions.
So much going on. Like this was like moments before we had to like dance and do like things that like maybe bring us out of our comfort zone. But it was a lot going on in this picture. Like I don't remember exactly what it was, but like I just feel it. Like it was a lot.
Okay.
I love it. It just shows how much fun we were having and how random just shit was.
Yes.
Like there's somebody with their dick out and bunny ears and just what's happening.
Not Bernice though.
Bernice.
I will say, yeah, that's one thing something new I learned this weekend. I learned what a Bernice was.
Some people have burns. Some people have burns, and it's all right though.
Bernice is not a real term, y'all. Please don't. Well, that was something made up in the moment, so it's our turn.
Well, now that I'm back at home, I've started using that, and like, people are asking, like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean by Bernice? And I just point to it because like that's the only thing that I feel like I could do. What's the Bernice?
That is definitely a season 2 exclusive term. Bernice. I think it's Daron's fault. Actually, I think you debuted your Bernice first, Darren. I think
it was.
I think it was Darren's Bernice that set it off.
Okay.
During the runway thingy.
Yeah, the ball. Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It was definitely Darren's Bernice.
Are we talking?
But what was I about to say? Also with the takeover, you know, we are so privileged to this season to actually have 2 houses that were literally right next to each other. And when they pulled up to the house, they had to just decide which house they were going into. So some behind the scenes tea about that. Some people were getting phone calls telling them what house to go in or what house they should go into. Does anybody on the call want to talk about a phone call they might have gotten?
I wonder who.
I'm trying to figure out the sabotage, honey. Who was over here pre-planning?
I wonder who.
Okay.
I was outside and I definitely saw some people, you know, calling, which house are you in? Which house should I come into? Oh, bitch, it's 2 houses here. When you get here, go to the right.
No, they weren't doing all of that. Oh, my.
Oh, nobody wants to speak up? It was definitely Korian and Dresden were a part of that scandal. I remember, I think it was Nick or Mark. They were like, I said, we didn't say they couldn't do that.
I almost picked the other house. I almost picked team house party, and then I changed my mind and went to play.
Okay, because you sure would have probably been leaving day one if you would have stayed with them. Because there wasn't enough team meetings in the world for them to get their life together on day one.
First round. Ain't no team I'm going on about to be that dysfunctional.
Woo! They need a law and order, baby.
No, we just had people that were lusting in their head about folks.
That's dysfunctional. That wasn't the only reason.
Okay.
Functional.
Oh,
there was definitely some houses that had some scandals.
Oh,
it was.
Yeah. You know, there was definitely love connections going on.
I mean,
yeah, it was a lot of them.
Maybe the next takeover thing is Love Island or something like that, right?
Yeah. We don't have to put
Too hot to handle.
We're gonna do that with gay people, Dustyn. That's called an orgy.
oh,
Don't release the theme nights.
It's a kickback. Hey. Ain't nobody gonna want to play games
at all.
Yeah, I could see it like everybody pairs off in different duo challenges. You know, you get switched up with a different duo. So,
and then do what? What are the challenges? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Okay.
Disaster.
But that was definitely very interesting. I love to see how players, you know, try to, especially people who are players like Korian, Dresden, Laurel, you know, for y'all coming in already having these preconceived notions of things to do. And then you have Daron, who was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to go in this house over here. I'm just, you know, and then, you know, they turn up with a win at the end. And speaking of his win, he didn't go into the finale winning, like I mentioned before. You know, a lot of votes changed. Did anybody on this call change their vote? Okay. And you changed from what to what?
I changed from Kirk to Daron. It was, you know, the reunion and everybody having basically like their final moments to say what they need to say definitely affected my changing of votes. You know, having been interrogated during Mayhem 4, I definitely know the pressure of like trying to get your words together, trying to see what you did in the game, say what you did in the game. And Daron definitely conveyed that very well to me. You know, even though he was low key, he wasn't involved in a lot of drama. You know, he sat back, but that's part of his game, and he executed it really well and did what he needed to do to get to top 2. And he said what he had to say and what moves he made. And I was like, sorry, Kirk, I love you, but game wise, Daron played the best game to me, So
DeAndre, are you happy that Kirk lost?
Thank you.
100%. And again, I'm gonna sound like a bitch, but let me be clear. Daron, you didn't play a game that deserved to win, but Kirk deserved to lose in that. He didn't deserve to win.
You want to argue?
Don't get me wrong.
Argue with you.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
I can't argue with you. I already won. Oh,
okay.
This is the aftermath. We thought we before.
No, but it was a question that was asked.
I said, "Were you happy that Kirk lost?" I didn't say to try to tear down Daron.
No, I'm not tearing you down. I'm not. Kirk played a really good game.
He did.
He did. Between the
did.
two of them, he would have deserved to win, but he had just double crossed me.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirk played.
You were warned, though.
It's a jury management. Like he should have worked better at you. So
yeah, it was like I just had to throw it all out there because honestly, I felt like Kirk would beat me in the top 2. I didn't. Actually, I felt like both of them would beat me in the top 2. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't even about winning for me. It was like, bitch, keep your word.
You know what he said to me? DeAndre came to me. He was like, Daron, so you want to go into a popularity match with Kirk? I was like, well, if I ain't, you are. Either one of us gonna do it. So
yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win.
One of us got to do it. So might as well be me.
Kirk actually, last season or first season, he got 3rd place. Matt cut him, and that really affected Kirk. And Matt went on to then lose against Nelly, whereas maybe Matt would have had a better chance actually up against Kirk last season. So to watch Kirk win that power this season and make the exact same mistake, you cannot write this.
No, and I told him that.
Yeah, it was really weird to watch.
Going up into this, I said, Kirk, I'm not going to win. I thought I would have been chilling at the pool yesterday. I said, but I really did. I was like, I told you every day I was gagging.
Yeah.
But it was like, come on now.
Yeah, it was really strange. And I felt like Daron, what exactly happened was going to happen. I knew it as soon as he did it. When we sped and took the votes, once I saw Daron already had like 8 in that first vote, I was like, this reunion is going to fuck Kirk because Daron didn't do anything to create waves or to piss, certain people off. So what you got from Daron, that's what you were going to get. With Kirk, the reunion could only hurt him because he plays such a flamboyant game, but he was very in your face. However, you thought he was in your face with a lot of stuff, and then a lot of stuff was revealing itself during the reunion. So it turned a lot of people against him. I didn't reveal who changed their votes anything. Well, Korian just revealed his, but it was amazing to watch because it's color coded on the sheet, and it was like just like almost I think everyone who went out even day 1, voted for Daron. If I could remember correctly, it was just like Daron. The one Kirk changed to Daron. Like it was like whoa. It was really amazing.
Given similar circumstances, are people voting DeAndre at the end here? Lorella, Korian, Dustyn, are you voting DeAndre over Kirk over Daron?
No,
so
I'm a Kirk.
I think I would have between DeAndre and Kirk, because I didn't change my vote from Kirk to Daron. I kept it at Kirk for reasons, but I think I still would have voted Kirk for DeAndre over DeAndre just because me and Kirk had a connection from the beginning of the game. Actually, Kirk had a lot of connections that I didn't know of until it came out in the reunion. But because I kind of understood where he was coming from and I felt like his connections is what got him there, I gave him my vote then.
Korian, are you voting DeAndre over one of those two?
Over who which do? Yeah. Oh,
Over like Daron or Kirk at the end?
probably not. And I love DeAndre, but if it was Kirk and DeAndre, I probably definitely would have voted Kirk. Only because I did get to see his gameplay more. DeAndre definitely he was the villain, but he was very consistent.
On your team. How you get to see his gameplay?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Hearing his gameplay and compared to, you know what?
I'll say, like, even like, because DeAndre was on our team, but I felt like I was still talking to Kirk more. Mm-hmm. And whenever we knew that, and even though this was probably, even though like we knew that this was like a sure thing that everyone wanted to do, I knew for a fact, like if like at the point where we had to choose to save Kirk, Jeremiah, and Porcelain, I knew that I was gonna fight like to keep Kirk because I felt like he deserved it. And because I was working for him and I wanted an ally that ended up putting me up the next day.
I must say that's where we messed up at. We should have got rid of him on day one. Yep. Should have kept Porcelain. Should have kept Porcelain. You said what?
It's one winner and you over here working for him.
I mean,
but that's exactly what you were doing.
I was exactly for him. Let's put the word in there because I was working with
Kirk's game, not even your own.
Huh?
You were playing Kirk's game, not even your own.
You did as well.
I wasn't playing Kirk's game. Baby, I'm the one that told
Why
Kirk
are you so
Korian, Dustyn, and Marlon needed to be broken up. Why you think he told Daron to use the power?
And you was on our team, child, Lord. The sabotage.
What about you? With Dustyn's question,
the power at the beginning.
To be clear, and Neville, you can back me up. To be clear, I had the opportunity to send Marlon home.
Yes.
I didn't think, and I voted in that elimination to send Jesh home.
Yes,
but
you did.
After the elimination, production came to me and there was something going on. They said, hey, you got to vote between Marlon or Jesh. And I chose to keep it at Jesh. So I didn't want Marlon to go home. But he just happened to be one of the weakest in the challenge.
Were you ever considering putting up Cypher?
For a moment, but then when I really thought about it, like for a second, I was like, no, like I'm closer to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do that. Mm-hmm. So no, I really wasn't close to putting up Cypher.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's putting up Cypher.
That's the one elimination because I kept going with eliminations because I expected everybody else to, so I would do it and go with the majority of what we decided. I felt terrible about Cypher's elimination. And I think I said something to that effect. I felt real bad.
Yeah. Laurel, I think you were the last person to answer the question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I played in the first takeover, and I just feel like Kirk plays such a dominant game in that game, plus this game. Like, you just had to give him his flowers. So I was like, really wanted Kirk to win. Also, like, if he won in the next takeover, he couldn't play. So I was like, I need to get rid of his influence in the game. Give us a chance. Let him be a sideline or what?
No, he played a really good game.
Yeah, he just made one final flaw, and we've seen it happen. You know, those who watch reality, we've seen it happen time and time again, where somebody can play a damn near perfect game and then just make that one flaw at the end. He fumbled the bag at the end, and it was unfortunate to watch. But getting third and second in your only 2 live games is nothing to be ashamed of.
No, at all. At all.
Just briefly, you know, we talked about like the next takeover and the future. So out of the cast here, and maybe not just our panelists tonight, but what's the one person that maybe you met that weekend that you want to see in another game in the future? Like you would want to see them come back. Let's just kind of go round robin. Dustyn, who did you meet from this weekend that you want to see them play again?
This is going to be so controversial, but
you better not.
Me and him did have I talked to him last night, and me and him have remained in touch, and me and him are really cool. And I've got to know him on a personal level, and he does feel bad about like some of the controversies, and he told me he would do it and take it serious if he like did it again, if he were to do something like this again. But I would love to see Meech come back because Meech is so, oh my, like if you guys really get to know him, he is so hilarious, and he is like one of my like good. I feel like me and him are like becoming good friends outside of the game. Like we text all the time, and then we had a discussion last night, perhaps. So
Good.
I love
Laurel,
that. I love
who
that
you
for you guys. Next.
Who are you bringing back?
I knew you would probably feel some type of way.
I think Elijah is going to do well. Like, he slowly start picking up the game, and the second he's going to get confidence, he's going to start running the next
Yeah.
day over his
Learn it. Yeah. He'll learn it, and he's going to be good.
Yeah. I actually called him outside, and he was like, I get it now. I'm coming back next. I get it now. It was right when he was about to get eliminated, but you can definitely see that he, respects.
I told him I would give him a heads up. I said, "Look, I'm sorry, I can't stop this, but we got to get rid of him."
Yeah, that's a good pick. All right, who's next?
Korian?
It's me. I'm piggybacking off of Laurel. Somebody said they hated that word. I forgot who it was. Take Over said they hated that word. But yes, definitely Elijah. He definitely after we roomed together and working together, he definitely was like mentally in it. He was emotionally in it. Trying to save his butt after Laurel, just backstabbed him. But things happen. But he definitely was emotionally involved, and I was like totally here for it, and I was too, because Lord, I knew they was coming after me and Dresden next. So I was trying to have their little backs, but I knew we was in danger, girl.
Looks like Dante, right? Dante is saying Elijah as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't care about that light in his eyes, baby. Y'all sent him packing. I think that vote was like,
it was the dislike of the draw that he happened to choose Marlon on his team. That was
Yeah, Marlon made it past day one, baby, but it was day two. Everybody was like,
Okay.
Conrad's checking in on this thing too at the end.
The ending of day one. We was like, okay, just so we cleared up, he got to get us through this team stuff. But
Elijah also was helping orchestrate it until he realized that.
Until he became partners with him. We were working together. And then he became partners with him, and we looked at him like, oh.
DeAndre, what about you? Who would you want to see?
David.
I
think he's got a lot of potential. I think he really wants it. But I agree with Elijah too. But I think Elijah's platform is going to be Mayhem Manor.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be good in that game.
Yeah, I'm going to try to for Mayhem because I also think that he will thrive at Mayhem. I really do.
But yeah, David is one to watch. That's why I really wanted him to come back. I really wanted him on my team. And I love Nick, but I wish he would have got the fuck out of the way.
He was a nice person.
I love Conrad too. I love Conrad. Conrad was great.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, Daron, you're picking Conrad?
Yeah, I would say Conrad. He helped me a whole lot through that whole thing. Like, that little puzzle that you got in there. He had me putting that thing together.
Team meetings again.
Together. He was like, "You got to do this." He was like, "You might do this. You got to." Like, he had me on everything. Like from who went first, who went last, what game they went out on. He was like, "Make sure you know this. Make sure you." And I still ain't know that shit, but he was like, "Make sure you know it. Make sure you know it." But he sent me notes. Conrad is that dude, and he really wanted to. Like, he really wanted to.
Yeah. Conrad's a good pick.
Before we wrap things up, I just want to do another shout out. Make sure you hit subscribe here on YouTube and follow everything on Live Reality Games. Make sure you go on and support the Patreon for Aunt Jackie's. D, any final comments from you? And then we'll have Neville close us out here as the winner. What you got?
The only thing I have to say is I enjoyed myself, and to all the viewers, everybody that's watching that has not done this, please, if you only do it one time, do it, okay? Please, okay? It was one of the best experiences of my life, and I will try to do it every time that I can. Even if my game will get stronger, DeAndre, but I'm going to try to do it every time.
I look forward to that. I think I don't think anything is wrong with. I just don't.
I'm just picking. I'm playing.
Look, when DeAndre won, Mayhem won. He had to fight for that win, baby.
And that's I like to go that place. And I'm not doing Takeover again. Only Mayhem. I'll do well with popularity contest. Let me see the good job.
And of course, a huge shout out for everyone that tuned in tonight. Thank you for watching and thank you for all the comments. A special shout out for Kat. Kat's been here for the whole time. Kat, we're in it, and we hope to see you back too on all the other one stuff. Neville, what you got for us?
I just want to again thanks to Live Reality Games. Thank you so much, Dustyn, for always putting these things together. With your graphics, with all this tech, I would be so lost without you. Thank you for creating this platform for us. And to the cast, thank you guys so much for taking time out this night to just coming on here and chatting it up, talking some shit. And to the viewers, thank you so much for supporting On Jack Productions, just doing bigger and better stuff. And we wouldn't be able to do it without the cast and without the viewers and without everyone involved. So thank you, and stay tuned for what's to come.
All right, thank you. So, well, good night, everyone, and we'll talk to you later.